There you go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nexus. We are super glad to have you here. Today I have an awesome guest. Her name's Lynette Sorrentino, and she's the owner of Chaos to Boss. And she's going to tell us all about her business and how she's helping people, the mompreneurs of the world, how busy they are and how chaotic things can be. So she's got some great tactics to help you get organized and kind of get out of your own mind. And welcome,
Thank
Lynette.
you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Good. I'm glad. I'm excited too. We always have so much fun talking.
Yes,
so
we do.
it's
So
gonna
now
be-
we're doing it wherever the whole world
Yeah.
can see, right?
Which is fine.
Yes, exactly.
There's no secrets here. So.
That's right.
Well, tell us all about you and where you grew up and just a little bit of background on Lynette.
Oh, I will do that. Well, I'm here from Nebraska. I'm from western Nebraska. I grew up out there. I call myself the Lincoln homing pigeon because I moved away and come back and moved away and came back. And I finally moved back to Nebraska 12 years ago and said, I'm here to stay. I love it here. There's lots of other places to live that are great, that have better weather, but you have nothing better than the people of Nebraska. So I live here for the people, not the weather.
Well, that makes me feel a lot better because like a few weeks ago, I really wanted out of here.
I get it, but
Maybe
there's,
it's not so great on the other side. So.
there can be beautiful places to visit, but it's not the same as the loyalty and the friendship and the way we help each other out here.
Yeah.
So I've always been in sales, probably been in sales for 30 plus years, was with the direct sales company for 25 out of those, and moved to a full-time job that I'm at currently for 6. What I've loved through all of that I've done is it's really always been about helping people, coaching, training. I grew up as a little kid wanting to be a teacher. It just was a teacher in the form of being paid as a salesperson instead of a teacher's salary.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I approach everything. When I'm selling something, it's to educate, it's to help people have all the options and see what is available. And then if I can help them, great. If not, I walk away. That's the right way to do things.
Well, that's really cool. I think a lot of people always say, you're trying to help them solve problems, but if you're there to educate, that's a different perspective and a different way of approaching the sales process. So that's really cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your company, Chaos to Boss, and what you're trying to accomplish and what your goals are.
Awesome. Well, so Chaos to Boss was born in my mind about 3 years ago. I wanted to start a coaching business from all of the things that I enjoyed the most when I was with a direct sales company for about 25 years. And I also saw a big need in the marketplace with people in what I would call traditional business, whether it's corporate or self-employed versus the direct selling industry. I saw some opportunity and I thought, how can I take 25 years of what I know in my head and dump it out? I had no freaking idea how to just take all that knowledge. But then when COVID hit, that opened the door because in the full-time job, the appointments, the opportunities for that just came to a screeching halt like it did for everybody else. So that opened a window of time for me to look and say, okay, how can I do this? How can I develop it? And what I really morphed down into with that niche was really, one of my core values is not only freedom and flexibility, but it's also families are huge important to me. That's why I got in the direct sales industry in the beginning, because I wanted to have an executive income and also be able to balance it around my family. And that was the only opportunity I could see to do it. Traditional corporate America was not a way to do that.
Yeah.
So when I decided to do Chaos to Boss, I really wanted to help working women, mompreneurs, be able to have a sense of work-life balance so that the whole family was more harmonious. People were happier instead of on the run, on the go, and everybody yelling and screaming at each other and everything full of tension.
Right. We're getting pulled in a million different directions. I mean, you got to balance the school calendar and the sports calendar. And if you have more than 2 kids and not more than 2 parents, you got to divide and conquer. And
exactly.
It's just crazy.
It's really hard. And I think the other thing that moms struggle with is whatever you're doing, you're feeling guilty about what you're not doing. If you're with your kids, you're feeling guilty about building your business. If I'm seeing a nod over there, okay, I see, I'm on track here. If you're working on your business, then you're guilty about your kids. And what I really want to show moms and working women and families, because the husbands are involved, it's a family thing, is they can all coexist. It's just knowing how to do that.
Yeah.
And part of that is the mindset, I think, is that parents are so having that guilt is they focus on being into the kids' world and here's the activities and we got to have them doing this and have them doing that.
Yeah.
But my observation is when I look at me growing up on the farm, when I look at a lot of people who are very successful in growing their business, is the family, the kids have been involved in the business. Because the kids really love being involved in a parent's world. They love acting like they're all that, right?
Right,
Whether it's my 3-year-old granddaughter helping me do the laundry, and then of course she takes my underwear and shows them to the rest of the family out of the laundry. But the point is that she thought it was a big deal helping me do the laundry.
Yeah.
I got it done. She got occupied so she wasn't bothering everybody else. And the things that are caught by your kids when you involve them in your life, think about farmers. Think about the work ethic that comes with that and all those things those kids do. Or I watched other friends of mine in the direct selling industry. Those kids not only went to college, which we all want our kids to do and grow up to be responsible citizens, but they didn't go get a job. They started their own businesses. But they learned a lot of those skill sets by watching their parents grow that business.
Definitely. I've noticed that with my daughter Morgan. She's always like, Mom, is there something I can do to help? And it's really like, it can be as simple as like, okay, will you just start typing this? Because I need to like sort through all these notes and just get organized. So one time we did that and it was really helpful. And it really gives them an idea of like what you're really going through.
Yes.
And like how busy you really are. So
Yes.
maybe that lets them know like, this is really hard to balance this job and spending really good quality time with you.
Yeah.
So,
and they feel that it's quality time when they're doing that stuff with you.
Yeah.
And they don't always understand why you're doing what you do.
Yeah.
I remember when my son was 5 and he was saying something to me about going to work. And I said, well, do you know why I go to work? And he said, no. And I said, because I need to make money. He goes, okay. I said, do you know why I need to make money? And he said, no. I said, so you can have Happy Meals and play video games. He went, okay. That was totally fine then. Sometimes I think we assume that our kids know a lot of those things and they don't. And the more we can open up those conversations, because I think that the other thing that happens as parents is we're just so busy trying to work and survive and keep a roof over the head and food on the table and raise our humans and help them live. We're not as intentional as we could be. And when working with intention to like, what kind of human do I want to raise and how do I want them to be as an adult? And sometimes being intentional about that with goal setting and things that they can learn as they're growing up. Yeah. We just don't think about that.
I think a lot of times people shy away from talking about money, period. And you want to pretend like, oh, well, we've got it covered. I don't need to talk about money in front of my kids. But it really teaches them a valuable lesson about saving and making sure that you can pay for all of your bills and all the regular stuff that we're all dealing with.
Yep. When my kids were young, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Good.
They had chores at home, but they knew if they helped me in the office, and that was like a job, and that was extra money.
Oh yeah, you can pay them
as
a write-off.
Exactly. But they also learned that if they wanted some money, they would be volunteering to work in the office.
Yeah.
So
we all need help. So
yes,
little
we do.
office minions would be so great.
That's right.
Well, I was just going to pick up this organizer and show everybody. Lynette's created the Chaos to Boss planner. I don't know if you can see that, but it's super cool. Tell us a little bit about this planner and how you're using it to help mompreneurs.
So the planner was one of those ideas that kind of came to me during COVID. I literally was just walking in the living room last summer, spring, something like that. And I just was frustrated because I had purchased 8, 10, 12 planners and could not find one that fit the bill for me. They were all too detailed, too much in a box. And there weren't any ways for me to be able to wear multiple hats. And I don't know any mompreneur or woman who doesn't wear multiple hats, whether it's multiple business hats or roles within your business, or, like you have the owner of True North Technologies, but you also do the sales side. That's 2 different hats you wear. So you've got different responsibilities. Or even just mom working a job and trying to manage the family. So I got frustrated, and I just honestly just got this word from God, and he said, well, just create your own. And I went, well, okay. So I took some of the things I'd already been doing and then just really put some thought into how it could really best serve mompreneurs and moms. And so it's a 90-day planner. It is not dated. So it goes, there's a 30-day plan, which feeds into the weekly plan, which feeds into the daily plan. And then the planner's there for 90 days. So you could pick it up at any point in time that you want. Yeah. I have some moms who do like December, January, February, and then March, April, May, because that's when the school year ends. And other times I'll have them where, they'll do January, they'll do on the traditional quarter.
Yeah.
But the idea is to be able to take, first of all, brain dump. How many times do we as women try to keep all the stuff we have to do in our head? And then we're just like almost schizophrenic because we can't keep track of all of it. We're going crazy trying to remember it all. And what that also, not only do we forget things then, but the other thing that happens is if our brain is so occupied with thinking, then none of the creativeness can come up because we're so busy thinking. So this allows a way for you to just dump everything you need to get done on there and then plot it out for the month and plot it out for the week, and really creates a pipeline so that it's all transferring through.
Well, and maybe you can sleep a little better at night if you get all that out of your head. How many times do I wake up and I'm like, I got to remember to do that today? If I knew it was already written down and it was planned out for some time in this week, it didn't matter when, that eventually I would see it, that would really help, you know?
Well, and I intentionally designed it so it would fit in a woman's handbag or pocketbook because it goes everywhere with me. Everywhere. If it's not with me, the only time is, of course, when I'm driving, then I'll just say, hey, Siri, remind me too. Yeah. And then I can go on my Siri reminders.
I've almost stopped like even looking at my reminders because I make so many reminders. I don't have time to do the reminder.
Pro tip on that. Dump it out at the end of the day and put it on the calendar.
Oh, Lynette, I need more help than that. Well, okay, so tell us a few of your goals like going forward. I know at one time you talked about maybe creating some online classes for people. Are you still thinking about doing that?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing one-to-one workshops. It's what I call a transformational thing where I'm literally helping families, helping women, whatever area, whether it's like I've got a family that I'm really helping the mom get a handle on all of the stuff around the house so that she can grow her business. I've got someone else that I'm working with that really just is struggling with organization and mindset stuff, you know, when we can have chaos in our mind, and helping her get past the mental roadblocks so that she can go pursue and grow the business that she wants to grow. So I'm doing some one-on-one stuff with clients right now. I expect the way, as fast as that's growing and the way that it's going over, that I'm going to then move to a group coaching scenario, and so there will be online recorded modules and training for people to be able to go through, and some lessons, etc. But then there's always going to be that one-on-one piece because I need that interaction, but I think as people we can go do the online training, but if you don't have that person piece, you just can't grasp all those things, and sometimes it's, you know, you need to talk it out or brainstorm it or whatever. So that's the so I do a mini session with people, just to kind of let them see, is this something that we want to do? You know, it might be something we solve everything in a mini session, which is a total of 2 hours, or that might be the entry point to say, okay, I like you, I trust you, this is going to work, because it's kind of like dating. You got to decide if you like each other. And then they can go on to something more long-term. So I think there's a lot of feedback that I get from people. There's a lot of opportunity here. I'll probably eventually do something long-term where there's even more 100% online, you know, and that's so that I can even broaden my price points, because if I'm doing it one-to-one, I can't do it for, you know, $50 a month.
Right. But maybe there is an opportunity for a little bit lower price point for people to get started and get familiar with your concepts, and maybe start working on it on their own at a lower price point, and then get into like the one-on-one coaching and get a little bit more in depth. So that reminds me, I have to put a little plug in here real quick. Can I do that? Yeah, absolutely.
So my coach offered, she gave us a challenge, those of us in her group, gave us a 30-day challenge to have 5 new clients. So I have 3 new clients. I need 2 more by next week. So what I'm doing,
that's really good.
So I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
So my mini session is normally, for the total of 2 hours, is normally $197. I'm offering it, anybody who happens to reach out as a result of this, I'm going to offer it for $147 just to help them and help me hit my goal.
That's awesome. And a little bit of a discount. Who doesn't like that? Very cool. Well, I highly recommend it. Lynette and I have had a lot of time together working on time blocking and making sure that I'm effectively using time in my business, and it's really helped me out a lot. And I know that she's got a lot of great like sales experience and know-how as well. So if you're wanting to improve your sales skills, I think that's another avenue.
That's another one of my clients I've got. We had a 90-day agreement, and we've renewed it for another 90 days because it was working well, and you can't teach someone to sell in 90 days. Yeah. So he knew a little bit of how to telemarket, but it's a whole different type of business. So You know, it's what I look at it is helping people who are in chaos, going from chaos to boss. And sometimes a lot of that's with your routine and structure and your organization and how you plan your day. Because if that's in chaos, then you can't think like a boss, you can't sell like a boss, you can't lead like a boss. All of it will grow from there. So some people have the chaos landed and we have to do the other levels.
Yeah, and maybe you've got everything figured out at home, but your work life is insane. So,
you know, that's another thing I've had feedback from people. So I've been really niching with mompreneurs and working women, but another opportunity that's opening up are people that are new entrepreneurs in general. They've gone from a traditional 9-to-5 job, and they're used to just going and doing the job and answering the emails and doing all that's fed to them.
And turning it off when they walk out the door.
Exactly. And now they have
it doesn't turn off now. Yeah.
Don't know how to turn it off, don't know how to structure the day, don't know how to focus on income producing activities. It's just checking off the task list. Well, that doesn't bring money come in the door.
Nope. And we all need money coming in.
Yes, we do. We need to have money coming in the door.
So we got to buy video games and
Happy Meals.
That's
right.
Well, this has been awesome. Really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, chatting with my Nexus crew. And
you guys are awesome.
I'm really excited for you. You just have that great energy, and I know how much you really want to help people. And so
I really do. Really want to help families.
Yeah. And you will. So
I will. And thank you so much.
And you put your one foot in front of the other, and here you are with your book that you can purchase online.
Absolutely.
At chaos2boss.com. So if you're interested in checking out her planner, definitely go to her website and do that.
And there's also information on the mini sessions. So if people want to go check that out, there's a link they can go to and register for that. So
very cool.
It's all there.
Well, thanks again, Lynette. Appreciate it. And we hope to see you guys all soon.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.